Yeah, you can't say that word.
Yeah, no, I understand. Fucking Kaiser.
Can't say fucking anything nowadays.
Watch it. Anyway, I'm Nate Sikowskis.
I'm censored.
And I'm being held against my will by a tyrannical dictator.
I'm also protecting wallets. But we're the fucking brothers, and we're here on the other side of 40. We did it, boys.
There's no way we're 40 yet. I hope not.
Last episode
Yeah,
was
well,
40.
last was 40, so we're jumping to 41 now, which means we're even closer to 50.
That's pretty crazy.
Can you believe that?
That's almost a perfect round number. But actually, yeah, 50 might line up with the anniversary.
That means we got like 10 episodes to get like a real guest on.
We need cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need connections.
But we're getting there. We're almost passing the sun where we were a year ago. And it's been a fun ride.
Good tasting Benjamin.
Lemon drop.
Very good.
1 second. This will be where the ad read.
Today's podcast, and every podcast after that, is brought to you by the Dr. Dabber, our favorite herbal vaporizer. Or, sorry, restart. I fucked that up. It's not an herbal vaporizer. Today's podcast is brought to you by the Dr. Dabber, the #1 way to vaporize your concentrates.
The Dr. Dabber is the premier vaporizer on the market. In my personal experience, I take the thing everywhere. I have the Boost Evo or Evo Boost. I always get confused because of how fucked up it makes me, so I can never say the name right because it's very confusing. The Evo is real small, but it's at the top, and then the Boost is real big, but it's at the bottom. So I don't know which word comes first, but either way, the amount... I gotta start over. The Dr. Dabber is the premier...
Cut.
The premier wax vaporizer on the market. It gets you high like no else. If you can't tell, it's got me high off my ass right now. The customization options, wow.
You can find that all and get a discount at fnbros.com to use our affiliate link. That's fnbros.com. Just head on over to fnbros.com.
I'm so
Thank
sorry.
you. No, we did a great job.
I switched to the disposables when I picked those up now because I'm sick of buying pens or Benjamins.
Yeah.
Because fuck those things. They're selling like 1.5 gram dispos now, and like they're pretty fire, not gonna lie.
This isn't a disposable.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I'm just speaking in general.
Gotcha, all right.
Just making some tasty flavors.
Yeah, like dude, they got like fruit punch, pink lemonade, everything under the sun. And I don't want to know what's in them.
Are you talking about Fernway specifically? Because
No.
When I think of like the fruitiest of flavors, I think of Fernway.
I found fruitier.
Really?
Yeah. And 2 different brands.
What are they?
One of
Give
them,
them a shout.
I know because I'm gonna butcher this bad. I call it MK Ultra because I don't remember its actual name, but it's MX something like that. They make some fire ones, and I don't know what the other one is. I just know Zach's had them a lot, and they've been phenomenal.
I've had more good dab carts than I've had bad dab carts.
Yeah. I mean, I don't disagree with that, but I think my problem is like pens would shit the bed, and then you got to go buy a new pen.
I was really against dab carts and pens and even like regular dabs when they first started coming around.
Dude, we all were when they first started. We were like, what the fuck?
Well, they'd always like break apart, and then like, you know, you could even pull the top off sometimes, and the contents inside would be just exposed.
I think kids have it too easy this day. I think we had to smoke out of plastic pipes, and these people can just rip their Benjamins in school.
Aluminum tinfoil pipes.
That's what
and
I'm
fucking
saying, dude.
tin cans and apples and fucking water bottles and.
You finished that Jewel documentary on Netflix, right?
I
was outraged.
Mm-hmm.
I only watched like the first episode, but like, did the pen ever evolve into that?
No.
Oh,
It evolved. So they make their first one, the Flume, and then they make the packs, and then they make the Jewel, and then from the Jewel it just explodes.
So everyone gets the patent, and then it just
Yeah, pretty much.
spreads like wildfire.
Mm.
Hyde comes out.
The reason Juul was a winner is because even still to this day, they're the only device that is like, it hits like a cigarette. I know
Yeah.
neither of you two have ever smoked cigarettes, but in my experience, it's the only thing that pulls like a cigarette. The Hydes come pretty fucking close, and that's why I love them so much, but the Hydes have better flavor.
My
than the
best
Juul.
nick outs came from Juul. Like my strongest nick outs were from Juul.
Juul's claim to fame is they designed and not discovered, but designed Salt Nick.
Salt Nick. Yeah, what's the content compared to, like, what's the nicotine? Do you know the percentage?
So the 5 was like the go-to. That's the strongest one. But then they started selling the 3s and the no-nick pods.
Mm.
But of course, with the whole vape ban thing, they were like, well, that's not fucking happening.
A 5% Nick pod is equivalent to a single pack of cigarettes, which is 20 cigarettes for the uneducated.
In one hit?
No, a single pod contains the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes.
Oh, I see.
Which is why it's dangerous, because these kids started going through 2-3 pods in a day,
Yeah.
and that's a lot of fucking nicotine.
Fucking ice lungs.
But they figured out about the salt nick is that you can add glycerin flavors to it. So another reason Juul did so fucking well is that the big tobacco companies had attempted this, and they created devices that could fire, and they tasted disgusting. Like, it was really bad. So they found out that they could flavor smoke similar to how a menthol cigarette does it. So they had things like mango and fruit punch. And
So through Juul's innovation and failed cigarette companies' exploration into vapor devices, when box mods came out, they took Big Tobacco's research on Salt Nick and applied it to the Juul and took over the market.
And because they were selling fruity flavors, the MAV, Moms Against Vaping, had a case against them because they were like, look, if you're coming out with fruity flavors, you're clearly marketing this towards a younger generation.
Yeah.
And the way they, so when they pulled,
Which clearly isn't, that's a broad statement. Adults
agree.
can't like flavors.
well, their other argument too is that when they pulled all the information on, you know, Salt Nick and vaporizing technology, they also pulled all pieces of advertisement for like Marlboro from the 70s upward. And the way they advertise cigarettes is similar to how they advertise alcohol. So you have like young people like that look like they're still in high school, just partying and shit and like clearly having a great time.
Have you? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Trying to sell the message of like, you know, you do this, you'll be cool, you'll fit in social circles, whatever,
It's
you
like
know.
those old Bud Light and Coors commercials.
so-
like
Yeah,
grab the dog.
Exactly.
During Juul's, you know, startup campaign, obviously they had access to the internet, which means you could reach out to influencers and celebrities and give them Juuls and have them promote it.
And like a really big thing is we promote everything. If you watch commercials, we have commercials for literally everything. Have you ever seen a cigarette commercial?
No.
You would think you would because of how everything is advertised. Before you were born, cigarette commercials were banned because it was proven that they were targeting to children.
Yep.
And if you look at Juul's commercials, they mixed the aesthetic of an Apple commercial with an old school Big Tobacco commercial.
Yeah, because I started like showing that silhouette and all that shit.
Yeah.
And it's like also like the Juul design was inspired by Apple, where it's like very sleek.
Because sorry.
You know, it's modern. It looks good. It looks like a fucking flash drive.
It was designed by a tech company that started in Silicon Valley.
Yeah, I mean, I saw them in every kid's hand in high school, and you could see their appeal of like, this is the future.
I mean, I remember being that kid.
Yeah.
I remember holding the future in my hands. And like, I remember like, you know, it was very, you could charge it on a school computer and nobody would say anything because they thought it was like a flash drive or something.
And nobody wants to talk about the kids like me that were still smoking cigarettes and had a Juul and were just getting nicked the fuck out constantly.
Yeah, I mean, towards the end of my high school years, the Benjamin started being a thing. So during class, like we'd wear like long sleeve shirts just to like hide
Oh,
it
yeah.
in the
There-
palm of our hand.
There'd be like two rotations. So like rotating on the left, you'd have a Jewel going around, and on the right, you'd have a Benjamin going around.
If you want my honest opinion, Jewel isn't to blame for people dying from the vapes and stuff. Like, it is the sole responsibility of one, the parent to parent their children and make sure they're not doing shit they don't want them doing, number one. And number two, it was the cartels. Those fake fucking THC pods that were going around in like 2015, 2016 that had fentanyl in them that were killing people with the fucking vitamin C.
Mm-hmm. And that's the exact problem too, you know, is that the people, I'm not saying this is good for me, but the people that have gotten like popcorn lung or like gotten those really bad chest contractions all had bootleg vaporizers, whether it was THC or fucking nicotine.
Mm.
The straight up Juul fucking devices from the Juul factory were fine and weren't hurting anybody. And as somebody that's done both for multiple years, I notice a significant difference in my health between when I was smoking cigarettes and vaping.
For better.
Yeah, I can walk up all 3 flights of my stairs to get into my apartment without breathing even the slightest bit heavy. If I tried to do that after smoking cigarettes, I would throw up.
Yeah.
The only, like, yes, they have the juice leak problem, so you'd take a hit and you'd get a bunch of juice in your mouth, and it was the grossest fucking thing. But I don't think, like, that was doing much damage, you know? Because that's the shit that's in my potato chips anyway. You know? It's
Literally,
fucking nasty.
there's worse shit in my toothpaste.
Yeah, big facts.
There's shit in Skittles that'll kill you.
Bro, Doritos are flammable.
Oh, yeah.
You can start fires in like wet areas with Doritos.
You guys want to go over things that would kill a pilgrim?
Yeah, Doritos, number 1.
A Jewel.
Number 2.
Anything from Taco Bell.
Yeah,
Number 3.
Toothpaste, pizza rolls.
Literally anything you've eaten or touched today would kill a pilgrim.
Imagine
Little Debbie's.
Imagine going back in time for the first Thanksgiving and giving them Takis and pizza rolls. You think any of them would survive?
Imagine giving King Henry a fucking cheeseburger, a McDonald's cheeseburger.
You'd probably be sentenced to death, and then
But then he'd try to marry you.
but maybe he'd fake it by the state so he could, like, you know, own you and your services.
You hand him a Happy Meal, he opens it up, discovers the toy, and he's like, what is this?
It's a Transformers toy.
This is the coolest shit ever.
Like, if I had a time machine, I'd go back and I'd give a Bionicle and pizza rolls to, like, a Victorian child.
Giving a bio. How would history change if you just gave someone a bio?
I feel like I would come back to rubble.
Spielberg or Lucas, one's gotta go. And their stuff never existed.
By Spielberg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I never would have gotten, I hate you.
Yeah, but no ET phone home.
No E.T., no Jaws, no Jurassic Park.
Park.
You're losing a lot, but at the same time,
You're gaining so much.
yeah. Yeah.
Who fills that void?
James Cameron. Sorry, not sorry.
James Cameron.
Titanic was because like when Steven Spielberg made Jurassic Park, they named a whole basketball team after that movie in Toronto.
The Toronto Jurassic Parks.
The Raptors.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's how fucking popular that movie was. So like, what?
In Toronto specifically.
They must have been going
Hey, get a
wild
load of
for it.
this.
They never go outside, so imagine what they must have.
They've got fucking dinosaurs in this fucking... that was British, not Canadian.
Whoa
But
there. They're
Sorry.
not that close to us.
Sorry.
Hey, bud,
man.
you see this movie here?
I think if the British were closer, I'd be more vindictive. I think I'd be angrier more periodically if they were closer to me.
Hey, bud, imagine a velociraptor attacking the streets. That would be crazy, Abe.
Did I tell you guys how I fell down a rabbit hole of a British guy reacting to things,
Yeah.
like American things?
No.
All right. Well, I fell down this rabbit hole. I found this YouTuber who he gets really excited, and I don't think he's autistic. I think he's just really obsessed with like American culture.
It's a staple around the world.
But like he just watches videos in his fucking little bedroom and
And it's
Like-
flat.
yeah, and
People
he just,
shopping. And
no, like people like specifically he watches these two other Brits that are obsessed with American shit and he like reacts to their videos, but he also reacts to like other things too.
well, he should go into that lane of gas station employees.
Oh, dude.
Having channels now.
He explores it all and he gets so excited that it makes me smile. It's like they don't know about this stuff, but then like I see stuff that I don't know about over there and it's just like I get it, but
There's a restaurant over there where you go in and they just treat you like trash.
There's one in America too, like that.
I'd
Oh,
imagine
yeah.
there would be.
That's a universally loved concept around the world.
I want to go to one of those.
You got to understand that, like, the European mind cannot comprehend a golden corral.
oh no, not at
The
all.
European mind does not understand what it's like to get a maple syrup foot job at Denny's.
The guy I'm referring to that watches these videos, the two other guys that he watches also go to one of their like local British high schools and bring American snacks and stuff for the high school kids. It's in like an all boys school and they try the snacks and they did a cereal one. And every single one of the kids hated all of our cereals. They were like, how is this breakfast? This is literally dessert.
I'm sorry, but the Brits don't have any right to speak on breakfast.
I'm aware.
They'd be like eating beans and toast, and they're like, scrumptious.
Because the
Scrumdiddly-umptious.
guys preface it like, how many times a day do you eat cereal for breakfast? And all the kids were like 2 to 3, maybe even 4 times a week that they eat cereal for breakfast. And then they pull out Lucky Charms, Fruit Loops, Cocoa Puffs, and like a whole bunch of other shit. And like they ate all the cereal, but they were like, this is gross. And then would eat another spoonful of it. And then they're like, yeah, this is disgusting. And then they would just keep eating it. And I was like, you like it, you fucks.
Yeah, it's
You can't be like a denier in that. You can't be like, oh yeah, cereal's gross.
Lucky
American
Charms.
cereal's disgusting.
Come on, they literally have beans and toast in a box. Beanios, fucking ridiculous.
It's probably because they're offending their fathers back home.
Yep.
Who just stuck to that since, the fucking smoke filled the air.
One of my favorite memes of all time is that the taste of England's food and the looks of their women made English men the best sailors in the world.
You what?
You what?
The fucking Moss Rock. I'd go. I'd have fun. I'd fit in, I guess.
I just want to see the castles, bro. Like, I get that we have castles over here that I can go visit, but men have died at their castles.
Lucky.
That's what I mean.
And they have like armed castles too. Buckingham Palace.
Oh, those guys are fucking ridiculous.
Like,
You what?
No, they won't even say that. They'll be like,
hundreds of thousands of men have died for like a 13-year-old boy's chance to be king at some of these castles.
And that's why Brits are so fucking stupid. Also, it'd be cool. It'd be cool to see like the British National History Museum, because it contains 96% of all the world's history.
Yeah, right.
They're
Because
just
they're
borrowing
thieves.
it, though. I'm sure.
I know I'm a thief, but like I'm nothing compared to the British.
It's so funny because there's more African relics in the British Museum than there are in Africa. Because they were like, "Oi, Prime Minister, they got stuff we want.
They can't handle
what? Oi, they got more land than us. They what?
What? We gotta
Yeah.
go out, make some colonies.
Prime Minister, they have this thing called tea.
They what?
Right.
Right.
I heard of it.
Oh, anyway, they got a lot of it.
We found this thing called the Silk Road, Prime Minister.
You what?
Right. Can we attack? Yeah.
Set sail.
It's a whole land of them. It's a whole land of them. They feel like they know everything. They got information on everything, but they wipe with their left hand.
Tax them.
Who was more convinced to culturize India, the Brits or the French?
Oh,
Oh, I
we
forgot
can come
they were
over here
involved.
and we can take these people in the land and we can make some slaves for us, you know.
You what?
What?
We cannot let the English find this paradise. It is ours. It might stink, but it is ours, you know?
They stink like us.
Have you ever seen that meme? And it's like, I want to learn French so I can refuse to speak it versus just not knowing it.
Such a hot take.
I fucking love that. I mean, yeah, I get it. They're my people. But like I said, butter, natural philosophy, war machines, they're fucking idiots. I'm not saying I hate them as much as the Brits, but they're up there with their loosely rolled cigarettes and steel. Fucking assholes.
Yes, I would like to smoke this cigarette while
On the
eating
Eiffel
this
Tower.
baguette.
No, such a beautiful day in Paris. Meanwhile, rats are just crawling off their feet.
Quite
Paris
literally.
is a fucking shithole.
It's back to riots, back to trash on the street.
How many times can you ransack a city before you give up on it?
It's not worth it, guys. Who's gonna tell them, you know?
2,000 years of people trying to take that city for some goddamn reason has made it undesirable, in my opinion.
Pretty. The architecture.
In modern days, who do you think is the silliest European?
In modern days, in like what sense? Like what country? In,
Just
in
you
general?
cannot take them seriously.
What race?
What European?
Like what country?
Yeah.
Germans.
That's a good one.
Yeah, you can't really trust those guys. They
Yo, what about the Dutch?
Well, that was my answer.
Because like they're just like goofballs.
You know what I love about Dutch people? How direct they are.
Oh yeah.
So like, you know,
Yeah.
if you're in America and you're like, hey, you want to get coffee? And the person's like, oh, no, sorry. Like, I'm working late. I can't. They'll like excuse you like rapidly. But in the Dutch, if you're like, hey, you want to get coffee? They'll be like, it's rush hour. I'm not driving there for you. You're not worth that. You're not worth that.
Is that how they are?
Yeah, they're very direct. So they don't like beat around the bush with anything.
Yo, what about Bavarians?
Leave them out of this.
Okay.
Haven't they gone through enough?
I guess. All right. In the same breath, who are the coolest Europeans?
The Swedes.
You think so?
Oh, let's go get coffee, yeah.
I was
Oh,
thinking
this
the
is so
Scots.
cool.
What?
I was thinking the Scots.
Fiddle me under the moonlight in a cloud. Stick it right in my poopa.
Yeah.
Fucking hate the Scots.
Who do you like?
Well, I don't like Europeans.
That's a good point.
But it's like, isn't that fair? Isn't that where the rest of the world's at too?
Yeah.
I don't think because the Europeans don't even like Europeans. They're always fucking killing each other.
Except with the exception of our boys in Belgium. Can we get the
Oh,
little
yeah.
applause?
Hell
We
yeah.
fucking love you
yeah.
guys.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck
Love
yeah.
you, Belgian boys. Thank you for listening. So lonely.
It's the fucking brothers, yeah.
Fucking brothers,
Das
yeah.
Brothers.
Das brothers.
Huge shout out to the Bosnian chicken farmers. Bless them.
God bless them,
Fucking
everyone.
love those guys.
Belgian they thems. The
While we're shouting people
Whoa.
out, Cheney, we didn't forget about you. We see you down there listening.
Fed turned fan. Can't wait for that to be a t-shirt.
I just want to know whose agent he is.
No one's anymore.
He got reassigned.
He loves us too much.
He retired because we started this show.
Oh, I meant to pitch this to you guys. How do you guys feel about like crosshairs over the heart on a shirt and it says like government aim your laser here?
That would be a good one. Also,
one.
in the grand scheme of things, we won't be far in the grand scheme of things from Cheney Rez. We could go try to find him.
My take is that we all wear our fucking merch and we just walk around and we wait till he finds us. Or like, you know, like we kind of set it up so it's like, Cheney, we're coming to that area. We're going to be walking around. Come find us.
That's pretty cool.
What if he just like really hates us though? Like, what if he's just got like a hate fetish?
Yeah, what if he's gonna fucking Beatles Nate?
Can you sign this, Nate?
I mean, frankly, I expected that the two of you signing on for the podcast knew that you'd take the chance of getting assassinated at any given moment in
You know what,
time.
Cheney? I'm willing to take that risk.
And you need to live your lifestyle in a way that you're prepped for any type of hit that could be put on you.
I'm not charismatic enough to be assassinated because of this show, but my takes might get me killed.
No, you're gonna get Proud Boys. Like you're gonna get an unfair trial. Like 40 years for saying the wrong thing.
And I feel like they're going to keep Nate alive but they're probably going to torture
Listen,
him.
but if anyone out of the three of us could turn this into something with a cult-like fan base, it's me.
I mean, Nate's got fans in Japan. They love him over
Oh,
there.
no, yeah, absolutely.
In a
But I
weird
could get us some,
cultish
like,
fashion.
Proud Boys type fucking followers if I wanted.
Oh, God.
I don't want the Proud Boys following us.
Proud Boys, just calm down a little.
Kyle Rittenhouse for president 2024.
Let's go.
Let's get it on.
The young patriots.
God.
Obviously, like, January 6th happened, but we know that to fight the government the most effectively, it's like you need to have resources, you need to have money saved, and you just need to stop contributing to the economy. That's the only way the government can actually be like, hey, what the fuck are you guys doing? You guys, hey. You would need 3 months of reserve oil and gasoline to pull it off. But if majority of population bound together and just stopped going to work for like 2 months, the government would be like, wasawi.
Wouldn't shit start blowing up in certain fields, though?
You bet.
At every point in history, there comes a time where government forgets that they work for their people.
That's a big fact.
Mm.
And
we've just hit that point in our society, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, we kind of just like rattled the system a bit the past couple of years.
They rattled us.
Well, yeah, the whole world rattled. Granted, if they release that virus or not.
In my opinion, the internet is working against us in the sense that because we are so connected, the government is able to use that to their favor. In the sense that they can keep individual groups at each other's throats long enough to keep them distracted from standing together and fucking overthrowing a corrupt government.
Yeah, it's like in Vice. Like, that's actually, like, very important movie to just, like, see how easy it is to, like, take over the reins in any position. But those focus groups where they got, like, all the people sitting in a circle and, it's, like, all different backgrounds, but by the end, they get them saying something, and then they just send them out. But that's just gotten easier because of Twitter accounts, bots, all this and that.
What's an interesting stat is that 58% of like posts that sparked major political strife or debate came from Russian or Chinese bot accounts.
Yeah, I mean, one of the top Christian sites. One of the top Christian sites, I think it's like number 2 in the country, is ran by Russian bots.
What's the site?
I don't know. But it's
more
like a
than-
Facebook group.
No, I know where you're going with this, and he's quoted this a lot. It's like on Facebook back in like 2015, 2016.
That was poorly timed.
Like, I want to say, I think he quoted 5 of the top 10 Christian dating sites were run by Russian fucking bot farms, which was proven.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
The fact that they have like bot farms are crazy, dude.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
I'm not going to pretend to like really understand what it all means, but like I understand what a bot is and I understand what a farm is, so I can kind of put them together.
It's a room full of servers is what it is, and they're all inputted to moderate.
So there's just like one asshole like you sitting in a dark room with a whole bunch of servers making...
Probably not even a guy in there. There's probably an asshole that goes in there once a week and uploads certain things and sets like drafts and shit.
Gotcha.
And scheduled.
They just create like an army of salesmen for a certain demographic.
Exactly.
So like, they'll find like incel profiles with people with neck beards, and then it'll just be all the lady bots texting them like, "Hey, you look pretty cute. Fuck me tonight. Buy my fucking OnlyFans. Click on this link."
While we're talking about deceiving people, I think the three of us are capable of starting a pyramid scheme. I think we have
let's
the
not
right...
talk about it on here now.
I've been working on it for years. I got so many.
You guys are so disgusting.
No, stop. I wanna sell a master class, and it's how to get rich out of the lower class. Okay, and I get it. I'm doing what everybody else is doing, but I'm gonna be very direct with it. I'm gonna teach you how to exploit the poor, how to gaslight your family.
Yep.
You know, all the things you are missing. Like, you are broke because you're not gaslighting enough people.
Right.
Stay toxic. You need to be
T-shirt.
You need to be exploiting the poor and the elderly if you want to make it in this fucking world.
Right.
And that's a given, though, right?
No, of course.
You know, you need to be cold calling nursing homes and convincing grandmas with big pensions and 401ks to write you into their inheritance.
When is enough enough?
when I've gaslighted enough people with dementia so they can do my bidding financially.
What's your bank account look like at that point?
I mean, God, the elderly got plenty of money to hand out.
Right.
That's why, obviously, like, the target demographic is that you exploit poor people because poor people are not college educated, which means they're going to succumb quicker to a pyramid scheme, which is really crucial.
Happened to my parents.
Whose didn't it happen to?
It was literally.
Everybody buys.
You're ready for a house.
Everybody buy. Like, my mom was an Avon rep. That's a pyramid scheme. Did you?
My mom sold Tupperware.
Yeah, same. I was about to bring up Tupperware. Do you know about any of that shit?
No.
So, like, have you ever heard of any of that? Tupperware, Avon.
I mean, I've heard of
Timeshares.
Tupperware, and I know timeshares were going around a lot back then.
So, like, the way, like, so Tupperware is a giant pyramid scheme, okay? So it's like the only way to get the money they claim you're going to make is if you, like, rank up and climb the ladder. And at that point, you're managing people that are also selling the product. And the way it worked is that you would put in a startup investment of, like, say, $500. And in return, you would get enough stuff to host a party. And the way it works is that you clean the house and you set up tables with your Tupperware and you invite all your friends over.
Tupperware party.
Yeah. So that's what it is. But it can be applied to any of those things that they were selling, like Avon's like cosmetics and shit. So they were doing it with that too. So you'd have all your gal pals over and you'd convince them that you don't want to go to work, so you're selling Tupperware, and that they should be buying Tupperware because it's going to change their game in the kitchen or whatever it may be.
Really, it just created one big cycle of housewives
and
swapping Tupperware.
They go through a scripted pyramid scheme pitch that they read. They read it, people buy the Tupperware, and the idea is that you make your money back.
What a lot of people our age don't realize is we come from a time where things were changing and the stay-at-home mom was going away. Because up until we were growing up, the stay-at-home mom was a regular American thing.
That's why when pyramid schemes started in the 80s, women were the highest demographic of targeted people because they were like, women need to make money, and chances are women don't understand how the economy works because they've never been in the workforce. So we're going to curate pyramid schemes centered around the idea of woman entrepreneurs.
And the whole reason they backed the whole suffragist movement to give women the right to vote because 50 years down the line, they saw a possibility of getting women in the workforce permanently so that they could get another vote for their parties.
Yeah.
They destroyed the one worker household and one stay-at-home parent household to get more votes.
And then it was all that poster with the girl and her, you can do it, all that.
Yeah, but that's like the first true wave. Like, I believe in the first true wave of feminism. Like, my mom was a first, because if you want to work, you deserve to be able to have a career and work. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying, though, is you shouldn't be shamed for wanting to be a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah, we're on fourth wave feminism now. I was agreeing with feminism up until the third wave.
The third wave is what spiked was the tipping point.
Fourth wave feminism spiked male suicide rates.
What's the differences in the waves?
Okay,
like,
so you got like wave one. It's like, okay, women want to be in the workforce. They want to have jobs. They want the opportunity to go make money, you know?
You could argue that wave one was the suffragettes and getting the right to vote.
Okay, okay, that's fair. If you want to argue that, wave one is 19earlys, you know?
The late 1890s.
Yeah, early 1900s.
No, I think it was
1919. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's the 17th. It's the 16th or 17th Amendment.
I respect women way too much to want to be wrong about this.
You're an asshole.
Well, no, that's not true. I have a rich person's mindset.
Yeah, that's fair.
Poor people have empathy.
1920.
Rich people
1920,
have
okay.
gaslighting skills.
All right, so in 1920, women get the right to vote. First wave of feminism.
Second wave,
as it
Right on the
peaks.
cusp of the roaring 20s.
Yeah, second
so
wave
that's
comes around. Okay, we want to be in the workforce. You know, we want to be paid. We
World
want
War II.
careers.
World War
going
II,
on.
exactly.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
needed you to work in the factories, and now that the men are home, we don't want to go back to being homemakers. We want to work.
We
There
get
was a fucking show I was watching that. Oh, fucking Peaky Blinders.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Right.
the women ran the fucking shit while the
literally.
boys were away.
Mm-hmm.
you get to third wave, and it's like, okay, you know, single moms are badass, powerful, strong, beautiful. They don't need no man. Okay, it's harder, but they pull through it. You know, it's pretty much the essential of like, okay, a woman can operate independently without a man, but you get in a fourth wave, and it's very like anti-man per se.
Oh yeah, men are trash.
Like all men are trash. All men, like you need to have a rich man. Like you cannot be happy with a man that's not pulling in six figures.
Very sex positive.
Yeah, like know your worth, queen.
Yeah.
All you have
Sex
to do,
worker.
all you have to do is be pretty.
So whores.
And you yell at us for saying things that are going to get
boy.
us in trouble.
You are very lucky. Haley's got headphones on.
I do not.
Oh no! Oh no! A fourth wave feminist! You spoke it into existence. You manifested a feminist. Sound the alarm! Sound the alarm! Get to the bunker! Do something!
Protect your
I
wallets.
could not handle Andrew Tate in this house. If there was an Andrew Tate,
My Bugatti.
I would.
He's waiting outside.
Women love me and my Bugatti.
I didn't know about Tristan Tate.
He's a cool guy.
Less.
No,
Well, he's
shut the fuck up.
he's still a Tate, but he's less Tate than Andrew.
Barely.
I hate wine bottles. This is ridiculous.
So fourth wave feminism would say, okay, Haley needs to leave him because he can't open a wine
Ooh,
bottle
that was
right
good,
away.
that's gonna be great on
He did
audio.
it. He did it. I don't have to leave him yet.
But the whole point is that if he was a high value man, he would have had it open 2 minutes ago. Feminism, am I right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Because at first it was like, okay, a woman want rights, fine, but now women want like power, which is okay, no, but it sounds bad when I word it like that, but they want like power over all reality and all mankind.
So you're saying Elizabeth Warren is a turbo slut?
Yes.
I'm saying that Elizabeth Warren. Fuck. She's a turbo slut. I got
Turbo
nothing
cunt,
for
turbo
you.
slut.
Yeah. So and like obviously like they're very like they're extremely sex positive, so they'll wear like just a thong to the gym. They'd be like, "Stop fucking staring at me, you fucking creep! I'm just trying to fucking work out, and you're fucking looking at me." Like a guy will like grunt on a set, and she'll be like, "Fucking pervert."
Stop looking at me.
And it's like the very like so I saw a thread that was like guys, why'd you stop talking to women in public? And they were like, well, I just don't want to be labeled as a creep, you know? Like, they look at me like I'm about to fucking rape them in a dark alley. I'm like 5'4". Where do we draw the line though? I don't know what's correct.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like stay inside and play video games, and it's all right. It's all good.
Incel.
Have you considered joining the real world?
I'm a fourth wave.
You didn't. I've been really adamant about like debunking the Tate brothers recently.
Okay.
Because like I don't disagree with like some of the things they say, like, you know, be strong and all that, be resilient, life shitty, whatever. But they'll like go on a rant about how crypto bros are fucking pussies. They're not real men, whatever. All tech boys are just little fucking pussy boys, you know? They
And it
don't-
makes you want to hack them, right?
well, no, hold on. 'Cause they're not men. They're not building roads. Okay, I can understand their argument based on their views, but their real world, do you know what that is?
What?
The real world. So the real world is the internet platform that the Tate brothers own. that teaches you how to pretty much become the alpha male type.
Oh yeah, they're like school shit
Yeah,
or whatever.
and a lot of so you're paying Andrew Tate $50 a month for him to teach you about Bitcoin while he goes on social media to tell you that Bitcoin makes you a pussy.
Oh yeah, it's one big cycle.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just like,
and
keep
it-
listening to what.
It's funny
Keep
actually.
listening to what I have to say.
Yeah, because the Tate brothers, Justin Waller, that fucking tight pants motherfucker, they're all fucking in one giant pyramid scheme.
Just
And
drinking all glasses of water.
they've targeted their argument to quote unquote alpha males, which is really funny because if you look at those labels or whatever, you can technically one up that if you want. So I could be an ultra dude, and that would be higher level than an alpha male or a turbo guy. They're like, that's two levels higher than the alpha male per se. Oh, you're an alpha bro? Cool. I'm a turbo dude.
I'm gonna start referring to myself as a turbo.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. So like, I don't like the term alpha male because it implies like I should be beating woman and slapping my kids if I see them playing with kitchenware because
I am like that. I'm a
al-
turbo dude.
I'm not raising no sissy boy, and the only toy I'm gonna give him is an M4 carbine. If I have a son, I'm gonna make sure he knows that his only purpose is to die for his government in war. Can we get the applause?
It's me, Turbo Man.
And it's like I'm ultra dude.
I'm the guy.
Oh, you lift weights and disrespect women, and you call yourself an alpha? Well, I'm a crypto billionaire and a salamander breeder. I'm a fucking turbo dude. I don't give a fuck.
God damn.
You tell him, bro.
But it's like they just say the most ridiculous fucking shit.
You need to wake up at 1:30 a.m. Check your phone feed. Make sure the stock is rising.
Yeah, I'm like, I want to be a billionaire. Sure, I want to conquer the market in that sense.
You want power.
I want to.
You're a fifth wave feminist.
I'm on whatever side pays me. Am I right? Sure, it's Israel this week because that's what's paying good right now. But tis.
Okay,
wow.
Halliburton.
But these guys are like, clearly just like stock pros, pyramid scheme fucks, and they're like, blue collar work is the greatest thing in the world. We have nothing but respect for. They don't respect the blue collar people. Yeah. They don't respect the working man.
They don't.
No, they don't. And that's the whole point because their message is like,
They're living like an incel.
yeah, exactly.
Like, have you seen the pictures of Tate? Just like
Andrew Tate's a Looney Tune. Like he looks like an Acme rocket is coming at him. Like I always expect to see like comic panels above his head.
Meanwhile,
In Romania.
Man.
And like I obviously like they were annoying and they were fun to make fun of, but when Justin Waller joined their crew, I just couldn't because he's such a clown.
I don't feel like any of the world has heard of this Justin Waller, but
Yeah, because he's like if you see a picture of Andrew and Tristan walking off a private jet, he's the dude in the tight pants all the way to the right.
Always all the way to the right.
And it's interesting because he hangs out with Andrew Tate and he has this alpha male mindset. But if Andrew Tate is top G, that means all the G's below Andrew Tate are lower G's. They're either still top G's because they're with Andrew Tate, which would make them bottom top G's.
So they're part of the pack, but they're not top G.
Which means that they go against their own alpha credence because the alpha credence is I need to be the top. I need to be the alpha dominant, destroy all in my way, misogynist, beat my kids type of male.
So then how can there be a group of top Gs?
When there's only one top G. Because that would mean that anyone just hanging around Andrew Tate is a beta cuck.
maybe they just think they'll be his heir. Wouldn't you like to be
The heir apparent.
Tate, heir Tate? Heir.
Could be. You would just kill him because you're not a beta.
And that's the thing. If I was hanging around with top Gs, I would have that mentality of I need to be the toppest G in the room.
Yeah, in
All
his,
right, Mad Dog.
No, ultra dude, turbo guy.
because
Sorry,
to
Turbo
get
Guy.
into the real world, don't you need to win a combat tournament?
No, you don't. You pay. The price is right now $59.99 a month. So you pay $60 a month, and you get classes on how to work crypto on the stock market. And
But no, there's like a in-person like camp. He has. Where like you go there and you have to fight in a cage in order to advance for your spot. I don't remember what it's called.
But I paid the $60. Doesn't that make me a top G?
You're a G syndicate.
Wouldn't I just be a beta cuck at that point?
Ye.
Damn it.
More than the majority of the world, I guess.
Oh,
You're on the G
man.
network.
No, it's literally, it's a scam.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And if that did exist, I don't think the fighting ring exists anymore because of the whole sex trafficking thing.
Yeah, he's probably had to calm down
Because
a little.
that
after
would be a hell of a front to get kids in a Romania.
Oh man.
Wow.
Oh geez.
Oh God, look at this. But yeah, so you have an era of fourth wave feminism, which is making men really confused and sad. So they're looking to Daddy Tate for the answers, who clearly does not respect women at all. And they're almost clinging on to that, like, oh, we need to undo all that feminism stuff and go back to when men were men, you know? And women had black eyes.
Does he hit these women?
Not on camera.
You. What?
What's the matter? Not a top G? What's the matter? What's the matter? You got a little fucking empathy? You're afraid to gaslight the elderly?
I got a little G hesitancy.
I don't get the tier system. I guess that's what confuses me. Bottom line.
Yeah, no, I get it.
So like if I gave
how
Daddy,
can you be
if
a tier of top?
so like if I gave Daddy Tate like 70 a month, would that make me a higher G than say a G that's only giving him 60 a month?
I'd say you'd be like more.
That make you more of a beta because you're giving him more for his
You're like an
acceptance.
Intermediate G. Intermediate top.
But I'm still a G though, right?
Yeah.
Top dog.
You're in the
Alpha.
G syndicate.
And if you theoretically, if you had like, if they all shared the same, there can only be one alpha mindset. Wouldn't it just be a dogfight all the time, and they'd just be fighting one another, like a quite literal power struggle?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I wonder why he got rid of that combat tournament, because like it should be everyone facing him, like a bracket type of thing.
Yeah, because he's the top G.
Yeah.
That's why I hate him. He's just such a poser. Like, there's no way that women are attracted to him.
But he's a
You're
top
wrong.
G.
So unattractive.
He has a Bugatti.
He has a Bugatti and he drinks his sparkling water.
Absolutely no way that he gets bitches.
But he-
Absolutely no way.
But he's got money, and fourth wave feminism has inspired women to only chase money.
I don't know about all that.
Are you a third wave?
I don't know about all that.
Well, we can be friends if you're a third wave, but I don't like fourth wave.
I don't fucking know. I think
Top G shit. Hating woman, investing in real estate. I love being the turbo dude.
I hate it here.
That's so much fun. Like making fun of those fucking millionaires is so funny because like they clearly don't understand how lower class people live. They're like 1:15, alarm goes off, I'm in the sauna. 1:20 rolls around, I'm in the ice bath. It's like you're taking an ice bath because it thinks you think it makes you a mental warrior. I'm taking an ice bath because my water heater blew up and I can't afford to replace it. Live like us for once. I think anyone running for government office has to live on state minimum wage for like 3 months and live in subsidized housing for like half a year.
That'd be quite the experience for them. But I don't think they get the message if it was only for 3 months. They're like, oh, this is a fun challenge. Poverty.
Yeah, I hate because like they'll perceive fun challenges as like just what the lower class have to deal with
Deal
on
with
the
every
daily.
single day, yeah.
I was thinking about that.
It's like being on Naked Unafraid for them.
Yeah, like I can remember like being 8 and being like I knew I was a low class child and like everyone's talking about their summer vacations and I was thinking about how that summer I was eating ketchup on bread in the dark.
2008.
God, I
couldn't
love
even
being
get a
poor.
McDonald's meal because everything was tanking.
No, like, you know, like they're like, oh my God, Disney World, Canopy Lake Park. Oh my God, we're going on a cruise. And I'd be like, oh, well, they couldn't pay the electric bill and buy groceries. So now I'm eating fucking ketchup bread in the dark. Being poor is fucking awesome.
Mom, I need Wi-Fi for this assignment. We can't get Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I can remember like going to the public library, but like right before close, begging them to let me in so I could print something.
I didn't even try. Just go to the library.
It was so funny because like as soon as they knew you had like home troubles, they'd like give you excuses in class. I remember like senior year, they knew you were going through it.
Oh my God.
And they would always just give you breaks. Like, Nate, you don't have to pass that in today if you don't want to, if you're not feeling up to it.
Nate, we know you smell like shit because, you know, you haven't been washing your clothes and you constantly smell like weed. And we get it. You're tired. But we need that assignment. Yeah, I hated the special treatment.
I feel like I definitely contributed to it because I'd be like,
you were an asshole.
I'd be like, hey, Miss Travers, did you know Nate's homeless?
Oh my
Oh,
God.
he got evicted. Did you know that? He has to come live with me and my poor family now.
Ain't I a star?
Top G shit. Bugatti.
You were the worst best friend anyone could ask for.
You give the man shelter and you get labeled a villain.
I'm grateful
funny
for
how
it.
funny how this world works.
You've
I'm
given
grateful.
both of us shelter and you're
And
still
I'm
an
still
asshole.
a villain. How does that happen?
No, I'm grateful for
Look
my
in the
time there.
mirror, asshole.
I see somebody that's got so much potential in manipulating the elderly to his advantage.
I'm with you there.
Because, you know, do I want to stay broke and honorable or do I want to start exploiting the lower class?
I don't know. Like, how do you live with yourself after you've like
You know what it
drained
is?
the bank
You know
account
what
of
it is?
another dementia patient?
Because you make a minor successful financial gain doing something fucking stupid. And
It's fucking stupid.
hold on.
Like,
Do you know how a lot of these internet gurus make their money? Do you know what their main source is?
no.
Take a guess. Do you know what it is?
Is it just
Stealing.
trickery?
It's selling you something. They're snake oil salesmen. So if I successfully scam one elderly woman, I write 3 books in volumes on how to scam the elderly. And then not only do I have my initial money that I got from gaslighting an older person, but I also get the money from the books because people want to learn, oh, I want to gaslight the elderly.
And
Yeah.
then the elderly bought your book because they wanted to learn how you gaslit them.
Exactly. You preach the paradiso living. I pull out a laptop.
You're just talking about the world.
I pull out a laptop in a coffee shop in Italy because I can travel and do whatever the fuck I want, all from one spot. Because what I do is cold call nursing homes. So I sell a book on how you can cold call nursing homes. You go in, sign a fucking registration thing, say you're putting down whatever name to go visit, and you just walk right into those fucking Alzheimer locked units, and you get going. And you say, "Grandma, it's been so long. I haven't seen you. Remember, it's me, Ethan," or whatever have you. You make something up. The point is, you manipulate her by visiting her frequently because you're playing your part. You know, like, oh, you're so beautiful. You're not a day over 20. You know, you compliment their looks, bring them their favorite food, flour, what have you.
I
You-
stopped wearing glasses years ago.
because they're a deranged dementia patient. They see you more than they see their grandkids. So in their head, oh, that's my grandkid. But basically, you know,
I never had a son.
Let me ask you this one question.
yeah.
How many visits to your dad's dementia ward did you have to go through before you started thinking this angrily in silence with
All-
sitting with him?
All it took was twice. Well, because, you know, I go in the other day and he's sitting at a different table and I'm like, oh, they got you somewhere new today. And he's like, well, they brought us all out here for the launch. And I was like, they sure did, bud. They sure did. That's right, sport. He's like always covered in Cheerios. And I'm thinking to myself, how can I make money off this? And I'm looking around and I see all these. The old woman, because dementia works, you know, typically it shoots off the male anger gene, so it'll make men more aggressive and it'll make women just kind of more confused, you know? So you see these spaced women that are talking to themselves and they're smiling, and you think to yourself, I could gaslight her. Eileen would be very easy for me to say, hey,
Grandma.
Grandma, can I bring you anything? You need anything? You don't look a day over 20, and
You don't look like Sammy.
oh, what can I say?
You lost a lot of weight, Grandma.
Grandma, it's 2025.
And Eileen, or it's whatever her name is on her deathbed, and she goes, Sammy, I wanted you to have this, and she gives you a brooch that's worth $4 million, or family heirloom, or writes you into the will, and then it's
gold
like
fist of a nugget.
so. And then I guess that's part of the reason you don't have to feel bad about it, is that you do something like that once, and then you sell the knowledge on how to do it. And what brings you the money is not the brooch you pawned off; it's the course on how to exploit the elderly.
What happens when you and Sammy show up on the same day?
I explained to him that I have a business opportunity for him, and we split the brooch money and become co-founders of a pyramid scheme company.
What happens?
I took
once-
economics.
Cut us out. Just cut us out.
We,
All right.
No, we still have 8 minutes left. Don't you guys want to get rich?
Don't cut him out. Stop this.
Don't you guys want to be rich? Or do you want to be poor, empathetic beta
put an end
cucks
to
for the
this.
rest of your
Don't go out
goddamn
there and be
lives?
disgusting.
Good
Go
night,
out there
everyone.
and be a turbo dude.
Be a turbo guy.